Now Dom Doyle will give a reflection.
Try it. Hello. I'd like to begin with a line from the Hebrew Scriptures, from Psalm 118. This is the day the Lord has made. Come, let us rejoice and be glad. And as a theological gloss on that, I'd like to say that God deserves a straight A for the weather he's made for today. And even better, an A+ for the two people he's made that we are celebrating and rejoicing with today. Ashley, how beautiful you look, and in character, such a combination of kindness and passion. And Mel, I think of the line from Hamlet, "Oh, what a piece of work is man." If you didn't exist, we would have to invent you. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Dom, and I've been friends with Mel since age 13, when we were shipped off to boarding school. Our beds were next to each other in a cold dormitory room. And that line in the poem about cuddling up together for warmth, and that's true of Mel. Since the school was run by Benedictine monks, we both ended up studying theology. Well, actually, I ended up studying, and Mel swanned off playing cricket and acting. And that trend continued when Mel, after school, went on to the glamorous world of the stage and high-tech industry, and I continued to plod on studying theology, the subject I now teach. And it is in that capacity that I offer the following three reflections. The first about the gift of love that Mel and Ashley have received from each other. The second about the vows they will shortly make. And the third about the task of building a life together. So the first, the gift of love. About a year ago, Mel and I sat on the Charles River, the banks of the Charles River, by Boston, and we had what's known at our school as a DMC, a deep, meaningful chat. And as Mel shared with me his feelings for Ashley in a mysterious rapture, I was thinking either he'd recently suffered a character-altering blow to the head, or he had fallen seriously in love. Judging by the fact they kept together this relationship over such a long distance, I suspected it was the latter. A few months later, when I met Ashley and saw them together at a dinner party that some friends in England had thrown for them, I realised that this was genuine love. They very kindly asked me to give the reflection at the wedding, and so I asked them, well, why are you getting married? What are the reasons for you getting married? And Ashley went on at great length about Mel's qualities, his humility, that calibrated filter he has between what he thinks, what he feels, and what he says. So I could tell she was obviously in love. And Mel told us the story of how they got engaged in the context of his life. And I can tell you that around this table of reserved Englishmen, there wasn't a dry eye as we listened to this story, how our good friend had found a pearl of extraordinary value. But more than any one thing or event or quality, what I saw that night was a genuine conviction and love, a sense of mutual recognition that this is the one, a feeling of peace and consolation with each other and with their decision to be married, something that couldn't be put into words. So I realized the folly of asking them for the reasons why they were getting married, because the heart has its reasons that reason cannot know. So it strikes me that Mel and Ashley are following the advice of my favourite theologian, Thomas Aquinas, who I spent 5 years studying, and my book's coming out shortly. Then the movie will come out, those who want to read the book. That God leads us, Aquinas taught me this, that God leads us by our desires. Grace perfects nature, and God desires our happiness. And we can't go far wrong when we follow any authentic human longing for what is beautiful, true, and good. Today, it is one of those longings to find a partner and a mate, to live a life with genuine love, that we celebrate, and that Mel and Ashley will soon cement with their vows. So to the vows. Vows do many things. At the most basic level, they express your love for each other. And this is crucial because love that is not yet avowed remains only partially fulfilled. Love requires expression to be complete. It lets the beloved know the meaning and significance they have for you. For what is always and everywhere present has to be made known and celebrated at some point and at some time. And it is in this place and at this time that you will soon share your vows. Vows that give a firm and settled purpose to your desire, that give the dignity of choice to your personal longings, that give the stability and the integrity of a promise to the intensity and drive of an emotion. And in giving such expression to love, vows circle back on that original love and give it a depth and meaning that it otherwise would not have had. Also, vows are made in public, that you declare your love to each other, but in front of your friends and family, and in a place that means so much for Ashley's family. This publicity shows you that you're not doing this alone, but that your marriage is made amidst a cloud of witnesses who are cheering you on. At this moment and in this place, you don't need any reminder that your lives have been carried in a stream of love that has made you who you are, that has brought you to this point, and that will bear you onwards in your life together. These people here today will be with you throughout your life, and, in the words of St. Paul, will rejoice with you when you rejoice, and weep with you when you weep. For vows also remind us of the challenges of married life. They not only declare love, but they recognize the work that it takes to love and support through bad times as well as the good. Like the rope that bound Odysseus to the ship's mast as he sailed past the siren voices that would steer us off our course, vows are the wise constraints that make us free, free to live what is best, live up to what is best in us. Vows then, in a way, are the pivot between the gift of falling in love and the task of building a life together. And that is my final point. And obviously, as someone in my 30s who's still yet to be married, I have a vast amount of wisdom to offer you on this. But I have some ingredients on the stag night. Well, first of all, my observation is that the key to any successful married life is low expectations. Seriously, on the stag night, I asked some of the married gentlemen what make for the ingredients of a good wedding, and here's what we came up with. I hope it's not like an English recipe. Support. You are to support each other, to remember that you are on the same team, that your own happiness is intertwined with the happiness of your spouse. Respect and sharing. And I would add to that list, as St. Paul wrote in the letter to Galatians, what he called the gifts of the Holy Spirit, of patience, kindness, self-control, forgiveness, and gentleness. Underlying all of these is the gift of yourself, which in giving you don't use up yourself, but rather expand it. The opposite of a self-enclosed, sort of selfish holding on to your own little turf of security. Instead, in giving your very self to one another, you receive back far more than what you gave. In a way, this reflects the central paradox at the heart of the Christian gospel. The one who holds on to his life will lose it, but the one who gives it away will find it. Mel and Ashley, you are truly blessed to have found each other. And I'd like to end with this blessing or prayer for you. May the one who is the source of all life and goodness, who brought you to each other and who brings you to this day, may he remain with you throughout all your life together and bless you with happiness and peace.